Lords of the Savannah, the life of ostriches. In the rolling grasslands of East Africa, survival is an everyday battle. For the ostrich, the largest bird on Earth, this struggle begins even before life properly starts. Their story is one of remarkable endurance, strange rituals, and constant danger, set against the golden backdrop of the African plains. Ancient survivors. While lions, zebras, and giraffes are often thought of as the icons of the savanna, they are newcomers compared to the ostrich. Fossils show that ostriches have roamed Africa for over 12 million years, long before many of today's mammal species arrived. Their lineage belongs to the group of flightless birds called ratites, which includes emus, rheas, and the extinct moa. Unlike their relatives, however, ostriches adapted perfectly to Africa's open landscapes, becoming fast-running giants with long, powerful legs and keen eyesight. Despite their inability to fly, ostriches have mastered survival. They can live up to 30 or even 40 years in the wild, a rare feat for a bird. Their bodies are built for speed, capable of sprinting at 70 kilometers per hour, 43 miles per hour, and maintaining a steady pace of 50 kilometers per hour, 31 miles per hour. Each stride can measure up to 5 meters, 16 feet, making them the fastest two-legged creature on Earth. The first challenge, hatching. Deep under the watchful eyes of their towering mother, 12 giant eggs lie nestled in a shallow scrape in the ground. Each egg weighs about 1.5 kilograms, 3 pounds, the largest in the animal kingdom. Yet compared to the bird's enormous size, they are surprisingly small. If ostriches laid eggs proportionate to their body weight like some other birds, each egg would be nearly the size of a basketball. Inside, the chicks have spent 6 weeks developing. Now comes the hardest task, escaping the shell. Using a sharp little egg tooth at the tip of their beak, they chip away, resting often because the labor is exhausting. Some take up to 2 days to fully emerge. At birth, they already stand nearly a foot tall and weigh about 2 pounds. Predators circle constantly. Hyenas, jackals, snakes, and birds of prey all seek a meal. 9 out of 10 ostrich nests are raided before the eggs hatch, and even after birth, only about 10 to 15% of chicks survive their first year. Every moment counts. Guardians of the nest. The mother is not alone. The father, his plumage black and white, stays close by. Ostriches are unusual among birds in that both parents take turns incubating the eggs. The mother blends with the dry grass during the day, while the darker male covers the nest at night, disguising it in shadow. Together, they share responsibility not just for their own offspring, but often for the eggs of several females. A dominant hen and male usually preside over a communal nest, where up to 60 eggs can be laid in total. The chicks that finally break free are greeted by towering figures, their parents' enormous legs and claws. An ostrich's foot has just 2 toes, one of which sports a sharp claw over 4 inches long. With a single forward kick, strong enough to crush bones, even lions hesitate to attack. The first days. Within hours, the chicks must walk. Unlike most birds, they never need to learn how to fly, but they must master running quickly. Their spiky down feathers, brown and mottled, act as camouflage among the savanna's grasses. For the first few days, they feed on the last reserves of yolk inside their bellies, which provides vital energy until they can forage. Soon, they begin mimicking their parents, pecking curiously at leaves, seeds, and insects. But trial and error leads to mistakes. One chick may try nibbling on a stone or even a carcass. Through observation, they learn what is edible. Their eyesight is exceptional, with eyes almost 2 inches in diameter, the largest of any land vertebrate, even bigger than those of an elephant. This gives them a field of vision that stretches for kilometers, detecting threats long before danger is near. Still, their brains are tiny in comparison, about the size of a walnut. Intelligence may not be their strength, but vigilance and speed certainly are. Lessons in survival. Predators test the family constantly. A mongoose lurking in the grass sends the father charging at full speed, scattering the intruder. Later, a warthog strays too close, its tusks gleaming in the sun. With a thunderous kick, the male ostrich drives it away. Even lions must think carefully before risking an attack. When the danger passes, the family resumes its march. Ostriches are nomadic grazers. walking dozens of kilometers a day in search of plants, roots, fruits, and seeds. They swallow small stones, which remain in their muscular gizzards and grind up tough vegetation, acting like natural millstones. Each adult consumes up to 3 to 4 kilograms, 7 to 9 pounds, of food daily, fueling their enormous bodies. Dust baths become a daily ritual. Rolling in dry soil keeps parasites at bay and maintains healthy feathers. At prized bathing spots, rival families sometimes clash. Feather fluffing, wing spreading, and aggressive lunges replace words, but the message is the same. This patch of earth belongs to us. Growing up, the chicks grow rapidly, sometimes 3 inches a week. By 2 weeks old, they are already a foot taller. By 6 months, they can outpace most predators. At 1 year, they stand nearly as tall as their parents. But life on the plains is unforgiving. Droughts wither the land, forcing herds of wildebeest and zebra to migrate in search of food. Ostriches, however, can survive without drinking water for days, obtaining moisture from the plants they eat. This ability allows them to remain in their territories when others must roam far away. The season of rituals. As the dry season deepens, courtship begins. Males transform, necks flush bright red, feathers gleam in the sun, and booming calls echo across the grasslands. Their dances are elaborate displays, wings spread wide, feathers rustling, heads bobbing low, then rising dramatically. Females test their persistence by running off, coyly ignoring them, or pretending disinterest. The strongest, most determined males eventually earn the right to mate. But ostriches are not strictly monogamous. A dominant male pairs with one main female, yet he may also mate with others. In return, the dominant hen accepts eggs from several minor females into her nest, though she ensures her own eggs occupy the safest center. The cycle continues. The breeding season is short, barely a month, but within that time dozens of eggs are laid. Both parents share the demanding task of turning and protecting them. This synchronized rotation ensures that all chicks hatch together, overwhelming predators with sheer numbers, a survival strategy called predator swamping. Once more, a new generation will rise, facing the same dangers, walking the same long journeys, and learning the same ancient lessons of survival. Giants of endurance. Ostriches are more than oddities with long necks and comically tiny wings. They are guardians of an ancient legacy, masters of speed and stamina, and survivors in one of the harshest landscapes on Earth. Every kick, every sprint, every careful scan of the horizon is part of a story millions of years in the making. On the African plains, where predators stalk and the seasons shift from feast to famine, the ostrich stands tall, unyielding, watchful, and enduring. For these remarkable birds, survival is not simply a matter of chance. It is the art of resilience, passed down from generation to generation, in the eternal cycle of life on the savanna.